Drake Maye is labeled with that boom or bust tab. Every year, there's always a quarterback prospect that people say is going to be boom. He could be really good if he lands in the right situation, or he could be really awful and bust if he just lands in the wrong spot or just isn't good at all. Drake Maye has been the root of a lot of these boomer bust discussions. And there's been a lot of talk lately about Drake Maye being the quarterback prospect in this year's draft who most likely could be a bust. All right, so on this segment, I'm here to give my evaluation on Drake Maye, my breakdown and my scouting report on him, and how I feel he's going to fare at the next level. When we look at Drake Maye's strengths, this dude has high-end arm talent. He can make every single throw. You know, a few months ago, it's funny, people were making really hard sold arguments about Drake Maye being better than Caleb Williams. And for a moment, those arguments were actually, they had some merit. Because you watch Caleb Williams and you watch Drake Maye during his 2022 campaign and early 2023, and you say there's not a single throw that Caleb Williams can make that Drake Maye can't make. And you're definitely right. And even now, I still feel that way about Drake Maye. There was one throw I seen him make to one of his receivers who also is in this draft. His name skips my mind, but he wears number 5. He's in the draft, and he threw a 40-yard fadeaway touchdown to him. He can make every single throw inside the pocket and tight windows, crazy throws outside of the pocket, outside the structure. He has an insane arm. Not just is his arm strength really good, but his arm talent, the ability to throw from different angles, from different platforms. He can do it all. He's a good playmaker outside of the pocket as well. This is a really big dude. I call him Baby Josh Allen. And one thing that I love about Drake Maye is that he has hella guts. He's not afraid to put his shoulder down and run through somebody for a first down. He puts caution to the wind. Just watching this dude play gives me one of those old school Brett Favre-esque kind of flashbacks. Not saying that he is Brett Favre, but he has that kind of playing style. When he just throws caution to the wrist, he's throwing his body on the line. He's not afraid to get hit. He can take some big hits too because he has a really good frame, really good size, and a good amount of people in the scouting community think that he could get to 240, maybe 250, and that's effing scary. So with how gutsy of a runner he is, that's a good reason why he's so great outside of the pocket. I feel there's certain moments when he's better outside of the pocket than he is when he's within it. And his ceiling, his potential is really high. He could be one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Hell, he could be as good and have just as good as a career to what Caleb Williams could have. Because there's not a single play, a single throw that I watch Caleb Williams make and I say Drake Maye can't do the same. So those are the strengths of Drake Maye's game. But the big red flags that people have about him and why there are so many split opinions about him in this year, he has a chaotic playing style. All right, I said earlier, this dude throws caution to the winds. He plays like he doesn't give a damn, pretty much. I mean, there are certain throws that he'll make into double coverage, and you'll say, what were you doing? And then there's certain moments when he's under pressure, he's breaking out of sacks, and then he'll run into a guy, or, he'll make a good play, he'll break a few tackles, maybe run a guy over. It's a roller coaster ride when you watch Drake Maye play. Early in the season against South Carolina, he looked really good. But then when they played Duke and Virginia, I don't know if this was even the same quarterback I was watching. I mean, he was throwing passes into the dirt. I'm talking about not just, I can understand, overthrowing or underthrowing a 40, 50-yard pass downfield. But it concerns me when you're throwing balls, skipping balls into the dirt on 4 or 5-yard drags and slants. And it's not like Carolina's offense was anything spectacular this year. It wasn't really that creative. They were either doing curls, slants, drags, or everybody was running 9 routes downfield. That seemed to be the root of their offense pretty much. UNC losing their previous offensive coordinator from 2022, I believe his name was Phil Longo, who went to Wisconsin, definitely took a huge toll on Drake Maye's production, and that's why we saw such a big dip in play. And even in 2022, he had some moments during that season when he was up and down. That's just the kind of player that you get with a guy like Drake Maye. He's going to have some games like we saw out of Josh Allen when he had all those damn turnovers against the Denver Broncos. He has a reckless, chaotic playing style. Sometimes it allows him to make big plays, and sometimes it gets him into a lot of trouble. His footwork also is really, really inconsistent, but that can be improved. And if the footwork improves, then the erratic accuracy should improve too, because it's really weird how I can see this guy throwing 40-yard fade route, pretty much he's throwing fadeaway touchdown passes on one damn leg to that receiver number 5 that's in the draft. Can't think of his name because there's so many damn receivers this year, but he's throwing touchdowns that look so crazy to me. And then he has these weird, inconsistent accuracy problems when he's just throwing balls into the dirt. It's just really weird watching Drake Maye play sometimes. This dude is really chaotic, but I have a really strange obsession with watching him play, though. He's a really fun player, though. Does it piss you off how much you pay for your monthly phone bill? Why are you getting frustrated when our partner Mint Mobile has plans as low as $15 a month that give you unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network? Stop getting frustrated with how much you spend on your monthly phone bill and go to trymintmobile.com/JT Sports and description and pin comment down below to get access to premium wireless for only $15 a month. That's only $15 a month. Switching to Mint is easy. It only takes 15 minutes to do. If you're pissed off with how much you pay for your monthly phone bill, switch to Mint Mobile today and go to trymintmobile.com/JT Sports in description and pin comment down below to get premium wireless for only $15 a month. Stop getting upset with how much you spend on your monthly phone bill and switch to Mint Mobile today. Watch to me. And overall, I believe that Drake Maye is going to be a good starting quarterback in the National Football League, which means that he's going to be around the top 7, top 8 quarterback to top 12 QB. He could become elite, but he'll have some moments where maybe he'll have some big turnovers late in games that cost his team late, maybe cost them in the playoffs, and it'll just be some years where he just won't be considered an elite quarterback. And that's why overall, I think his career is going to project out for him just being a pretty good quarterback. He could be a top 7 QB. Maybe he'll be an elite QB some years, but for the most part, he'll be a quarterback that you can win with. He'll be a Pro Bowl caliber starter, but maybe not be good enough to get you to a Super Bowl. His ceiling, if everything goes right, he goes to the right situation, good coaching staff, he could become one of the best in the game. There's not a single play that Caleb Williams can make that Drake Maye can't. Good size, 6'4", 223, great arm strength, good arm talent. His floor, average starter. If he doesn't succeed, I don't see him becoming completely garbage. I believe he could be a journeyman QB, maybe a quarterback that starts for several different teams, similar to what Baker Mayfield is right now. He'll have a few good years, a few okay years, maybe a few couple of high-end years, but overall, he'll have an average career. That's if everything goes wrong. That's my floor for him. So this is my scouting report, breakdown, and overall evaluation on Caleb Williams not Caleb Williams, Drake Maye for this year. He is my third ranked quarterback in this draft class behind Caleb and Jaden Daniels. As long as he doesn't go to New England, I think he's going to have a good career. If he goes to New England, I think he's cooked. And not just him, but any quarterback that gets drafted third overall by New England, I don't see them having much success at all. Denver would be a great fit. Minnesota would be a fantastic fit for Drake Maye. New England would be a recipe for disaster.